guys, this is a part of Ross. It used to be called Shambles. There's a man called Pierce Welch used to actually have an army supplement shop in here. Oh, that's going back to the 1980s. So, this is what it was originally. Actually, if you go back far enough, this was actually an old barracks in the Ross. I'm not sure if it was an army barracks or police barracks. Army, I think. But at the moment, it's been used like Santa's grotto for all the children. Decor going all the way around. And here's a plaque then towards the whole lot. Power outlets. People can charge phones, putting in lights, sound equipment. Well organised. Heat lamps on the roof. Well, another heat lamp up there. Won't be cold anyway, whoever's holding the event in here. These Christmas trees are kind of everywhere as well. I do like the old style lamp though. It's not an old lamp, but it's done in the old style, cast down little trees. Little trees over there. I think that thing on the top of the fence is called a garland, something like that. What did they say about Santa Claus Express? Now, remember guys, it's an express, so to get there quicker. Post box number 7. That's where you're sending it from. Your lanterns then as well. We're driving home for Christmas with the Christmas tree on top of the car. I like to read. Yeah. That's kind of this little cubby hole in New Ross. So I'm going to try and find another one that I haven't actually recorded yet. It's called Brennan's Lane. So I'll get back to that in a second, guys. Another plaque. These old lamps again. That looks like an old one, but I'd say somehow it's more recently cast than anything else. There's a crowd up the road here from what's called Powers. They do an awful lot of that stuff. Smelting and casting and stuff. It's actually one of the oldest businesses in town. Went to school with her son Kevin. It's going back a long time ago. That's a big ass fucking tree. Let's see what. Oh. Brennan's Lane Remembrance Christmas Tree. A remembrance tree is here for all who like to pay tribute to the loved ones gone before us. Blah, 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 blah. This year, our collection will go to Southeast Palliative Care Centre, Oak Ward. All donations are greatly appreciated. Quite a few names up there now, guys. I'd be fucked if I can reach I can reach the top of the names because I have to get up on the wall, sorry. A lot of stuff there now. You might even see one or two of your own if you're watching this. That is very nice now. As I said, that is the tree. They're only going up about 7 foot, so the tree is probably about 20 foot high. Don't think to be putting many more on than height, head height as they say, or arm's reach, whatever you want to call it. But we have the red, the green, and the red and the green lights in the background. I'm sure now they'd be nice to the dark. I think I did show this place before. I think I explained how this used to be called Slaughterhouse Lane when I was a kid. Because exactly where I'm standing on there, folks, exactly where I'm standing right now, there was a building right opposite that. And it was actually a slaughterhouse for killing sheep and cows and pigs and stuff like that. Used to cull the livestock, skin them, obviously sell and trade the skins. Done that myself for a while when I was a teenager. Good money in actually, truth be told. Lighting is not great in that corner. Back out here. I say it'd be nice with a bit of colour, maybe in the spring, because even the garden up there was very, that gate is new too. Just have to show you now guys, some of it. Everything's nice and clean. Right? Like every town, right? Watch this. You put up a gate, right? Watch what happens when the gate goes up. Hides a multitude of shite. So it's all done. Nice out here. Stick up a gate there then just to hide what's down the alleyway. So, but anyway, back down. Tree-tier planter. I have to give props to the teenagers of town for not fucking with it. Fair play to them. But I do like them, like, with layering out, clear. Christmas week, but there's a glare in the sky. Them, I like them. Okay, guys. There's a fucking bin around the corner. Right there, look. Look. Right there. I've been there. Seriously. Also, fuck it. It's hard to stand there and look at it and walk away, so. Oh. See? Look, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 seconds away, look. See? No, not that fucking hard. And the corner looks better. You see? Take on. Yeah, that's that lane. Let's find another spot for you guys. This here, guys, is, believe it or not, a courthouse. Well, old courthouse, but it was a courthouse for a long time. Shut down a long time ago, though. That door there is where all the solicitors and the judges went in. Oh, that shit. And there's pathways over here. And leads over to out there. That used to go into Laneway. That door there, because that blue building up there used to be the actual guards barracks. Cop shop, police station, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yes, cop shop's what we refer to it as. But this is the old barracks, no, police station, guard station, booking, whatever you call it. Cop shop. Yeah. That's where they drove me. Well, the damn barriers weren't there, but you drove in there, in around to the left, taking out that, and then that shed was always there. I don't know what that was about. But you could go in here like that, up them steps there, and up into the police station to be interviewed, or sometimes they bring you, they park up here, just here on the path. Bring you up these steps, straight in the doors there. Now, the reception was in them windows there. You go through them doors, there's double doors that leads down to. These are, that one there is an office, and those are little holding cells. One there, and one there. And upstairs then was all the pencil pushers. So, it's government offices now. That's kind of the old barracks, so that was right next to the courthouse. Right next to it. It haven't been painted. They haven't been painted there since it was a fucking cop shop. They haven't power washed the steps either. But that railing is new. These are new. Because normally you just get shoved up the fucking steps. They were anything but gentle. They had the greatest trick in the book. They bring you into a cell, put a wet heater over your head and punch the fucking head off you. The wet heater, no bruises, no marks. But you look, they had their games and we had ours. I said, now, back around to the courthouse. That thing you're seeing there in the distance, the Bumblebee, get that in a second. It's that pub is older than I am. That's fucking saying something. Now that was the main public entrance in there. You go in the porch and then you turn left into double doors, and then you can go left or right into the courtroom itself. And up top then there was a balcony. Didn't seat many, probably about 40 people. But you go around the other side then and you're going back into all another and this is where if you got brought in from a prison and you were in custody, that's where the custody in that door there on second hour times down in that door there. You go into the custody suite, it's called in there. If you were escorted down from a prison somewhere around the country and you're on trial here, that's where you went. But the general public went into the porch and in and sat down in the usual upstairs then, like I said, the balcony. And that was kind of it. And a judge that was Donegal Buchler was his name. You know, Buchler, bollocks more like it in every fucking way. Now this, the Bumblebee. In this place, believe it or not, was a thriving pub in the 60s and 70s, probably 50s as well. I do remember parents telling me about it. Very active back in the day. One of the hotspots. And I believe the family who owned it were called Gannon, if I'm not mistaken. So, and then there was old houses here that shut down. Derelict buildings. There used to be a cabinet skip hire was in there, in them gates, but that's a long time ago. You have hickeys, the accountants and registers, alright. A couple of houses here now that are alive and well, but there's quite a few over there now that they got a corner, the blue one is tucked in there. I'm not even sure if there's anyone in there. Christmas stars in the windows, must be someone there. Them flats, there's bound to be someone, you know. Can't see the point in having them, but we'll get back to the next alleyway I was talking about anyway. So we'll continue on from there. Now back on the quay again. Now there's a lot of businesses open here that kind of kept going. That building there is still operational. The apartment's up over, but I think there's another business running this at the side or something. So this part of the town is going okay. Once you go over past that big square grey cube of a building, you're kind of coming across then maybe 5 businesses in the whole of the quay, left running, opening. So yeah. Anyway, in here to this, it's called the Immigrant Park. It's the new Ross. So give you a quick synopsis of what's going on here. Right? William Graves and Son Shipping Company near us. Right? I'll give it to you in English. Oh yeah, this is, it's alright, don't get me wrong. You know, this is €4.5 million to do this. I'll go over there in a minute and show you, but this costs over $4.5 million just to bring tourism into the country at a time when it's not safe to bring anyone into the fucking country. I like the way they have the it's almost like a cork, raised cork ribs where the timber is wet so you don't slip on the timber. And there's your proverbial trolleys in the river, huh? Oh, well, they know. They could be over that place over there, little. So, someone didn't feel like going back and getting their €1 coin back out of the trolley. Now that's not drift road, by the way, guys. That's spraying the river on purpose because any debris that comes down will get caught up in that and diverted away from this done broadly several million euros worth of most expensive fucking canoe in the world. And that's all it is a canoe. They built it, they spent, I'm not even sure how much, but a lot of money for an engine for that joke. It came from a port just over there on the far side there, extreme, out in the background, the picture, sorry. It came from there to here, and the engine seized and never worked since. It went to a tall ship race in Waterford. Now, I repeat what I just said. It went to a tall ship race, but it had to be towed down and towed back. I don't think it was competing in the race too much. This is supposed to represent then, anyway, this represent ships that left here during what some people call the Irish famine. The rest was recognised as a Holocaust. You had to travel or die, or sometimes you were just sent off to barren land, the penal servitude, all that shit. Oh yeah, useless. I know it's not useless, but here, there's those 4 steps there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Believe it or not, those stones are the very, very exact same stones brought back to life and put back there because they were the steps up to the boats to get your ticket and leave way back in the day, as I say. So that's why them stones are there. And they are slightly different now than the rest of the stone you see here is very clean cut and new. But that is old because those genuinely are hundreds of years old, them steps. So I'm curious, where were they kept for the hundreds of years? Because I grew up in this town and I remember right here there were 2 big huge tanks, oil tanks. What the fuck was it called? Was it called ESO, EMU or something like that? Back in the 70s and 80s it was called Texaco. Oh, it was called Texaco, and then for tax reasons they changed its name to ESO. They were ESO tanks, that's what they were. And this was all, there was a wall coming, you see, parallel with this wall here. A wall about 6 foot high coming all the way up to level with this wall here. And it was running the whole way down, so people couldn't go in or get in. There were big huge gates leading off of the quay into this place. there was a place for trucks to pull in and fill up and pull off again, tankers. So it's changed a lot. So this is a little climber for them, play area for the kiddies. Soft cork, good idea actually. Is it soft? It's moving when I walk on it anyway. So yeah. Curious now as to what this saying, or does it say the same thing? Bench is fairly new. Oh, this one's. Oh no, this one's a little bit different. So on has been up. Thousands are sailing. Sorry about the reflection of the camera off the perspex, guys. (1775) to the year 1800. Over 500,000 people sailed from Ireland towards New York, mostly Scotch-Irish and primarily from north-eastern part of Ireland. That'd be Ulster, right? No. Between 1800 and the start of the Great Famine. 1845, 1 million. That's 1 million, that's 1.5 million. Yeah. No, I've actually never read this joke before. Addressed by United States Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy, March 17, Paddy's Day, 64. Hey, 9 months after his brother was shot. No, he was shot in December, wasn't he? No, I don't know. November, I think. Yeah, because he was in Ireland in the summer. And he got shot in Dallas then, I think it was November. There's another Christmas tree. I'm not even going to feed it. I can just tell DC Rome is letting know it's real. All the ones down here are real and planted. Now this here is a statue that's done with what looks to be wood and brass. Well done too. You can't see it now with the lighting in the evening, but there's a lot of detail. You can see it here. There's a lot of detail in the hair and all. It's well carved. And you have a lot of the detail in the nuts. And that appears to be a knotted scarf of some kind. She's saying farewell to the ships. That's the whole idea of it. That's the other way. Alright, lads.
Yeah, great, babe.
Cameras everywhere I see. It's the Dunbrody Cafe. It sits out off the quay onto a basin. Legs and piers, whatever you call it, posts, whatever you want to call them. But there's a balcony there as well on the lower floor you can walk around on. Top one then there's a small bit of a balcony but not quite as big. I just saw a little bird go into that hole there in that light grey square or rectangle. There's cameras everywhere, look. What does the sign say? CCTV operation in code. You record, I record. What's the problem? Now, anyway, that's all. I'll skip it down. See what else I can find. There's another Christmas tree now on this is outside of the Valley fucking whatever it's called. It's a Valley Famine Centre or Famine Ship, whatever it's called. Right there, the eternal flame. Right. Get a load of this, right? Read that now, if you can, please. Right. I'm doing the best I can. Right? Now, down here we have what's called the immigrant lane. Where is it? No flame. No flame. You asked what they'd run out of gas. So, yeah. That's not the first time, by the way. That has happened before a few times. So. There's the lights then heading across the quay, so let's see what I come across next. There's a supermarket there. And I have two businesses there. So that one there now with the beige bottom and the blue. That's I think that's right with that. No, that's actually empty as well, but look. That building next door is empty. This here, the big building, that used to be called the Harbour Shopping Centre. Not a damn thing in it now. So that's 1, 2, 3. That Kennedy Boutique place, that's dead. Sorry, Printer's Yard. That's not the name of that building, by the way. That used to be called J.R. Shipping. That's empty. So we have from that white car all the way down here, completely empty and shut down. All them businesses. And we have about 100 yards left to go on the quay in the rest. So about 2/3 of what shops and businesses on the quay are shut down. Pendergast pub shut down. That red building there in the background up the street, that's the old post office, shut down. Post office now is actually at the back of that supermarket over there, Supervalue. Lovely building, but cheaper for them to actually fucking move into a supermarket. That place there, till there, empty as well. You know what I mean? This is right. We'll keep going across the quay now just to see how many businesses are too late. That, by the way, that there is a big ass fucking building. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 floors. But that building there now, the one with the blue, that there, that's for sale. The next building is actually, believe it, as part of the bank. It just looks. If you see the banding in the middle of the building, that used to have Coven. Not the same as the bank, but similar. But that came off, so that's why it looks a little bit different. But the two of them are actually one building. And then you have another little business here beside the bank, shut. Harry Duties, open. Cabinets, open. Right? So, that's what, oh, by the way guys, in Ireland, that's what we call a roundabout. Just so you know. That's what a roundabout onto a main bridge and the M25 looks like. The town looks a bit better from this angle. Maybe that's because I finally found one right with on that colour. But anyway, back to these buildings. Another pick here. Now, do you see another real tree planted? Cabinets, Roaches is closed. Yeah, Roaches is closed. Bradley's is closed. The J Garden is still open though. The rest of them now are all, well, not the rest of them, but they're apartments. Next building then is apartments as well. I think the gap in the middle is for, I think there's a car park in there or something for residents and for bins and shit like that. That's not alleyway now. We're going up there in a second. But Yeah, there's not much going on the ground floors of these places either. All shut. So I'm after walking in this. Look, in the length of time I'm after leaving that garden where the statue was waving to the ships. I am now officially at the complete other side of New Ross. It's that small. Now that's another block of apartments up there. That one down there went on fire under mysterious circumstances a while back. Like spontaneously combust or something. So now you have Murphy's closed. It's been closed fucking years. Years it's closed. Here then, have a look at these rocks. We've seen these before in a previous video, so if you go back to my one about New Ross Walkabout, you'll see all that crap. Now, go back up here now, make our way back up to them steps. People don't even stay home that much, well, not this time of year anyway, so. But anyway, there's another place. Business shut down. All the factories still going strong. Bailey's Butchers shut down. Can't even remember what that building there was. Shut down in whatever it is. Commercial club, I'm not even sure that they are the commercial club. I'm not even sure if that's still used. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. And that shop in the corner there, Fade's Spice Sacks. That's actually changed my hands about 5 times in the last 12 months. Doesn't work for nobody for some reason. So I have to screw around cars. No. Bit of colour on Ross. Depends on the angle you look at it from. So anyway, right here where I'm standing, it actually used to be a big hotel called the Royal Hotel. And actually where I'm standing right now would have been at the steps in front of it. You used to go up that way there, up the side alley, and there'd be an emergency exit in. You go up the steps here, up into the hotel. You had to go up about 6-7 foot of steps, and then into the reception hallway. The lounge was on the right and all that stuff. But right down underneath the building was a place called the Cellar Bar. And then the hotel had a top floor where it was called the Coliseum nightclub. So believe it or not, through the 80s and 90s, this area, Ross, this one square area, saw a lot of activity. But yeah, that's about it. Another tree DC, all real. Whatever your obsession with trees is. Same old boring white lights on all the fucking oaks. That street now looks dead. You look at it like that. Then you just move your hand a few bit. And this is the steps from the top side. Roughly where I'm standing now, height-wise, would have been the dance floor or the nightclub, which could have now back out to but we went down to from on this level. We went out basically so to speak. It's probably now from let's say the distance of that handrail, but on this level. The cloakrooms up here, seating over here, big huge dance floor here, bar there, and then little snugs at the back. So that was the nightclub that was here in the Coliseum. So yeah, we are roughly about the same height as we would be, because that door I was talking about coming out of the side, that would have been roughly where that tourist board is. Because I remember being close to that door going in next. And up there then is a Christian Brother school that I went to. Yeah, we'll just skip over that one. Okay, this is the CBS primary school I went to back in the early 70s. And that's the Christian Brothers used to reside in that building over there. Not quite sure what the fuck is wrong on the side of it now. Let's see if we can get in close enough. Have a look, see. The lighting now might be throwing us off. The orange lighting is not doing any favour, so anyway, that there is the actual school itself. Each of those windows up there, you go down that middle way, stairs, up, you all the way around. And every 2 windows was a classroom. That was one classroom. There was another classroom here, and then there's another classroom at the end, same on the bottom. Long corridor at the front of the building, classrooms at the back. So there is a yard behind it, but the wall is too high for me to see over at the minute. So but that's the gist of it anyway. This is now that's the whole Christmas tree. Yeah. Spelled it up anyway. St. Mary's Church. And it's in Mary Street. Okay, this church is still operating. Fair enough. So, I wonder what you guys say this church was built there. Whatever, I'll have a look in a second. I want to see, there's a tourist board over there. I thought Mark should be on the building itself. No. Norman way. Sure, there's no sense in giving the trees in. That's great, good guys. Vast majority won't have a clue. Slow it down as you please with yourself, or pause it or whatever. Ah. I go around there because there's a graveyard. Well, obviously there's a graveyard, you can see here. There's graves here, but there's only a handful. A lot more around the back. So we'll go have an old look-see at those. Man, I tell you what, them lights are bright. No wonder they're lighting up the whole church. Yeah, I'm getting blurry eyed just passing by them. Now, that's a kind of nice but kind of eerie ambience to that lighting. Kind of goes from bright red, shades, darkens as you go into the graveyard. Oh well. Lighting now is not really should attach to the lamp, but torch to the Yorker. There you go, it wouldn't work. Right on the left is doing a bit of flickering. Never understood why you put railings and gates around plots. Or is it they do something stupid like grave diggers, or just you show no one imposes on their family's grave? I don't know. Anyway, have a look up here. See what I don't know if you can see it now. I should have come up here earlier, but we can have the light now of the lamps and see what we can see. And you can't really see much, I'm afraid. But no more torch help. No, I can't put on the torch while I'm recording, sorry. No. Oh well. We're going to see it from a different angle. There's a couple of gates looking in there. That is the smallest grave. Right. Not to be disrespectful, right? But I have a European size 9 shoe. Right? So that's my foot. That grave is only about 3 of my feet wide from left to right. No. There's 1, 2, 3. That, unfortunately, must be a poor infant's grave. What else could be that small? But it's after standing the test of time, though. Curbs are intact. The headstone is intact. It's leaning a small bit forward, but definitely can't read the date on it, so yeah, right to the graveyard wouldn't be good, I suppose. Yeah. A few little doors like that you can see because there's lights in the area, but I'll have to stop bringing me torch with me for these little trips. But anyway, there's a lot of graves now. Stones are broken over the time, cracked and damaged and falling apart, and that's why I'm surprised about the kids one being in such good nick, such good condition. A lot of these are broken, falling down. Some new graves there too. Let's have a look up here now. Traffic cone in the corner. Now you can see the white reflecting yoke on it. Sometimes there used to be people camping in that corner in there. So that's why I said, look. See, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you see that block of houses right there? Not these ones now on the bottom. The ones up top, it looks like a big Buckham clinic, big square, cream colour oaks. That's where I live. As a matter of fact, my house would be just over that chimney there. Opposite that chimney is my house. So this is the graveyard at night. I'm sorry, I'm walking on someone's grave. I do apologise. And this is another part of the Abbey as well. Some of the part is still lit, standing. And then there's all sorts here. There's a couple of kids hanging around as well by the sounds of it. So, I'll have to come back over the next day when there's a bit of light and read them yokes. There's another little entrance down into more private chambers. People were buried privately back then, which we've been in there and inside the building, where there was no fear of anyone interfering with the remains or whatever. I don't know if you can read this. Alright. Lots of memory. Yeah. Bars and cages and bars everywhere. It's a bit like fucking Alcatraz. But now you can't see much in the either. So, go back around. So, that's that for the cake there, guys. No, it's not. Actually, no, it's not. Okay, someone tried to bust out the side of that one. Someone tried to escape. So anyway, that's St. Mary's Church and Graveyard. Mary Street near us in dusk time. So at least they kept, you probably can't see it, but they kept the whole cobblestone effect design the whole way coming down. You'll probably see it continuous outside when you come out. Like that. Just like that. Or that was more or less the same going up there. And the house down here keeping it as it was back in the day. So right, that's that one anyway, guys. Onwards and up.